In Denver, Colorado, I was able to visit a program called Pathways to Teaching. And this was embedded in the IHE, or the Institutions of Higher Education, what we call IHEs, particularly in University of Colorado, Denver, where a professor named Margarita Bianco, Dr. Margarita Bianco, started to look at the problem in Denver of a lack of teachers of color and said, what are the key ways to impact this? What are the ways that I can, from my position as a professor and as a leader in an institution of higher education, really impact this space for Denver? So she went through a number of years of research, and she was able to start a program in the high schools in Denver, Colorado, called Pathways to Teaching. And these are ways that teachers are able to go into the schools and really entice high school students into becoming teachers. And it's not really a pedagogically heavy program. It's not something where high school students are taught necessarily how to teach or some of the traditional ways to teach, but it's really a way to connect them to the work and how teaching can be a vehicle to the social justice, aspects of their lives and how to improve their communities. The Denver program was a opportunity for high school students to learn about the impact that teaching had on the communities at large. It's embedded in the Institution of Higher Education in Denver, Colorado, and University of Colorado, Denver. And teachers are, in these local schools, are taught ways that they can connect with these students on how to drive them towards the teaching profession in the future. Starts in 11th grade. They have a year of just learning about the social conditions that they're a part of, why teaching is so important to society at large, and really sort of the big picture, where does teaching fit into helping your community? And then their senior years in 12th grade, they're able to do some student teaching in the elementary schools and are able to see the impact that they're having on students. I think one of the key stories that I found remarkable came from a couple of the students that I was able to meet on the site visit. There was one student named Tremaine, and he was from the Denver area, and he wasn't looking at teaching as a profession that he thought was something that he could do to be successful in his life, but also make a difference in his community. And I think one of the big takeaways that he had was that even from a young age, at 11th or 12th grade, he saw that his impact on students' lives was so beneficial, and it could really turn the corner for students moving forward, that he changed his trajectory of where he wanted to go in his career, was able to enroll into a UC Denver institution, into the UC Denver school, and is pursuing his teaching degree and ultimately trying to become certified to go back to the school that he went to. And there was another student who had a similar story. She was a young woman who was at a school that wasn't a successful Denver public school. It was undergoing a lot of transition. It was ultimately going to close a couple years after she graduated. And she really didn't look at education, because of the experiences that she had, as something that she wanted to ultimately pursue or be a leader in. And the Pathways to Teaching program really, sort of brought that social justice aspect and community changing ability to the forefront of her life. And she realized that teaching was a way that she could make a difference in her community. And she's actually already graduated from college and is starting to teach in a local Denver public school. And she never had thought before, going through the Pathways to Teaching program, that this would be a pathway that she would go to, but that teaching was so beneficial to her community.